Yo, welcome back to DBU Plays Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Third time's a charm. I might call this Kakarot Kai. We'll see what's up. I'm Josh.
Kakarot Reloaded.
Ooh, I like that.
It's Archie.
And I'm Jay.
Kakarot Resurrections.
What was... Yeah, is that the new one?
Yeah.
Not to date anybody here.
Resurrection K.
So, yeah, it's been a crazy year.
It sure has.
Well, 2021. We're in 2022 now.
Yeah. I'm willing
even
we can
that
date
started
ourselves
off
now.
pretty... What's that?
I'm not planning on batch recording everything months in advance to try to do something nuts, so I feel like we can talk about when it is when we play for the most part.
That's fine. Hi, it's 2022. Hopefully it gets better.
If you watched our What If, you should. We started doing serious stuff. I realized why I was so nervous about it the other day. A friend messaged me and said, like, it was like a week after it came out, and was like, hey, I just wanted you to know I finally saw it, and I realized doing everything as a joke, that gets to be the out, but there were no jokes in this one.
Yeah.
So I didn't, like, if people hated it, I didn't get to be like, haha, I wasn't serious, like, and I think deep down that was why I was so scared.
Well, it's over now and people like it a lot.
I think so.
So, well, I hope so. I liked it a lot.
Well, we had a star-studded cast.
We did.
They were both surprising.
We had some guests.
Special thanks to Masako X as Gohan and Megami33 as Bulma.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody else, you're welcome. That was me. My throat hurt for a while.
94 stones.
Can I say
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
honestly, after hearing Mogami's lines, I have to say she's probably my favorite Bulma.
Yeah.
Outside of the show, obviously. But she's got great talent, and I hope that we can work together some more.
She good?
And we can't
Looking
give
at
them, we can't give them shout-outs without shouting out 94 stones and Rising Fist.
This is true, very much so. That beautiful, well, what ended up becoming the thumbnail art, as well as that whole middle scene with the long conversation between Trunks and Gohan. I don't think that would have worked in the visual style of the rest of it.
It would have been hard to do.
Big thanks to Paul Rising Fist. You've probably heard me on some of his content over the course of 2021. That was another.
You were in his videos?
I've been in every one of his videos since the first one I did. It's been kind of a huge honor. That was a big part of what last year entailed. Like, so what? Around a little before this time last year, we were hovering a little over 2,500 subs. We hit 3,000 right in the beginning of March. And then this thing happened where a compilation of why the movies can't happen, that big 49-minute long one, you've probably seen it, even if you've never seen another video on this channel aside from, I guess, this one, obviously.
Until you pause this and go watch the What If we speak of.
That's true.
Yeah,
but don't pause. Just watch it in between episodes 1 and 2. You don't gotta pause. I mean, you can pause if you want.
Play them at the same time.
Hey, yeah. You all have a phone and a whatever.
Yes.
And a smart TV.
Bam!
I found out the other day you can put YouTubes on the TV and on your phone and play two videos at the same time on the same account. How about that?
Yeah, I had no idea until you told me that. Kamehameha.
Wow.
I win. By the way, I'll be playing this game on hard mode.
Yeah.
Because I'm good at video games, I've decided.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm canonically bad.
And he's hard.
I am hard, always.
Always.
That's fine.
Giggity.
That's a constant.
But
in
I
my
did
life.
interrupt you to throw the What If out there. You were referring to the 49-minute What If.
Oh,
that
yeah.
drew people in and our, our growth.
It got
Giggity.
a little bit over 1 million views last year. And by a little bit, I mean like 250,000 more than that. It's nuts.
It got more than...
Things changed a lot. And I'm sorry that we disappeared for a long time. I had a mental breakdown. I was like, guys, let's play games every day until we hit 5,000 subscribers. And then life was like, hey, how about 20-ish? And I didn't know what to do. Also, I mean, I had a lot of, well, we all had a lot of stuff going on outside of life. I mean, It's not like the world has been great since 2020.
The Backstreet Boys are still on tour.
Reunion tour is going strong.
Still out there.
I got my tickets. Do you?
But I did manage to the Backstreet Boys reunion.
You got tickets?
I do.
When did you get tickets?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
We're recording live. Why didn't you tell us?
I wanted to keep it a surprise.
Oh, well, I am surprised.
I only have one other ticket.
Not
so
all
I do have a
surprises are
+1.
good.
A duty and a ride, so.
Gotta remember that.
Well, if my tickets come in the mail, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. I don't want to go to that tour.
That's a pretty decent analogy. So as far as what's going to be different this time around with Kakarot, for starters, I plan to finish it this time. That's the big difference.
Yeah, this feels like deja vu. I feel like I've seen this before.
Hey, this is my third time.
Two for well.
It's both your second.
Full playthroughs. This will be third.
Oh no, I'm talking attempts on this channel.
Oh,
this is my. I did it on my own, and I got all the way through the end of the Saiyan Saga. But I tried doing, like, daily, and I did what I always do. I come up with a format, and then I rope myself into it, and I'm like, oops, I did a Monday through Friday release, and I have to write a bit for every single opening, and edit it all together. Also, I have a 2-year-old. Well, I mean, she's 3.5 now.
yeah.
She's big people's.
Oops, I did it again. Speaking of Britney Spears, she's
No,
free of her conservatorship. I'm going to see her on her tour whenever she announces it, too.
That'll be. I'm with
Is she
you,
going
honestly.
on tour?
I don't know, but all directions point towards F, yeah.
We should all get tickets when it happens and go see Britney Spears. I saw her once
Her I'm
before.
a Slave
You
for
did?
You
I
tour.
did.
That's awesome.
You seen Britney Spears?
Uh-huh.
Dude, that girl I went to school with was so into Britney Spears, she paid me to, like, draw a crazy graffiti style, like, a poster to hold up at a Britney Spears concert.
Was it the one at the state fair? Do you know?
I don't know. This was easily pushing 20 years ago now.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Just realized, do other states have state fairs? They have to, right?
Probably.
of course, it's just ours is known for its shenanigans.
Ugh, ours is known to be garbage all the time. No offense, state fair people. You're
We
great.
love the carnies.
Yeah, you guys are great. Just the people that run it. Anyway, yeah, I saw Britney Spears there. And who else was it?
Wait, how old were you?
98 Degrees.
Oh wow.
So it was
I
real
was,
hot.
yeah, I was a child.
Like 7th grade?
No, I was
Younger than that?
Much younger than that.
Oh, okay.
I think I was in 7th grade for my first concert.
I want to say there was a third performer. I think it was In Sync.
No.
I don't believe you anymore.
Yeah.
I
98
believe
Degrees
you
and
up
Britney
until then.
Spears at the state fair?
Yeah.
No chance in hell.
There was a third person. I don't remember who.
Well,
it was.
we'll Google it after we're done
Yes.
with this episode.
I'll update y'all on whomst was the third performer when I get that info.
Oh yeah, speaking of this episode, I don't think I ever went over the rest of the differences.
We're
So,
just gonna wing it.
Gonna finish it, and it's gonna be longer, and that's actually it. That was
Bigger, longer, and uncut.
Yeah.
Well, and like the only, at least as of now, the only thing we're planning on doing, gaming wise, on the main. I don't want to flood your timelines. Timelines? Did I say timelines? With 7 DBZ thumbnails, DBZ gaming thumbnails a week. So this will be a little bit longer of a format. Some people, the last time we did it in the comments, said that it would be better if it were. So we're going to go with that. And this will kind of be how you keep updated on what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just going to shoot the shiz as the controller rotates between personnel, perhaps. Otherwise, he will play the whole time, and I'll just watch.
He likes to watch.
I do
You've
like
never
to watch.
played it though, have you?
No, he hasn't.
My God, don't you own it too?
Yeah,
I do.
since like day one, I
I
think.
own it, and I have the upgraded special Bundaroo. And
Meanwhile,
I still have
me-
never played it.
The reason I'm even playing on hard mode, it's not because I'm good at games or confident in hard mode on anything, but I've probably played like 600-700 hours of this game since it came out. Yeah.
Come on.
Perhaps he owns it on every platform.
I've had
including-
4 separate files that I've hit 100 hours on, and then others that I haven't, and then of the playthroughs of this, and I've played through just to get footage for videos before. Like, yeah, I have no less than 500. Like, I would bet anything that I have well over 500 hours in this game.
That's actually insane.
Let's not forget to point out.
Unless I do badly, in which case I'm pretty new to it. Oh, are you back, you little shit?
Good, you found him.
Gohan despawned. I would have thought.
Goku was finally
There he
a good
is.
dad and found him.
I would have thought that would have gotten patched, but I'm sure it did. I think that was my first. Didn't that happen like day one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a common glitch
You got too far ahead and you disappeared.
in the Matrix.
Why didn't you just cry like the little whiny baby biatch that you is? Come on, go. I do like... Alright, you know what? Major props to the development team right now. They gave you a... The controls are pressure sensitive with the stick, and they gave you a walking speed pretty akin to his.
Yeah.
It could be, like... They could have given you one walking speed, and you just have to sit there and let him walk 6 feet and stop and walk 6 feet and
Or
stop.
they could have just not done this at all.
What is it, buddy?
Oh, at the size of this game, it'll take you approximately 9,000 hours to traverse the map.
Perhaps even over.
Oh.
Sorry, I quit.
See what I did there? See what you did there?
I quit.
That was a perfect setup.
Done.
That was pretty. It was alley-oop, or is that what the... Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah. See?
Alright. I don't know if that was off of what Jay and I just said, purely, or if that's... I've played this game so many
I
times.
missed it.
I just said alley-oop, talking about you setting me up for a joke and me finishing it, and then Goku said alley-oop, like, immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
The Matrix broke.
And this has been DBU Plays Kakarot.
We're not, jokes aren't getting any better than that, folks. We don't even have to go to Boo. Yeah, that was something we were talking about before we noticed that Gohan despawned, was that part of the reason this disappeared last time was the hectic schedule that, I mean, let's face it, I roped us into.
Yeah, I may have even compared it to back in the gaming days when they had when the controllers had wires of jumbled up wires in a basket, like my N64. This is very personal to me.
I mean, I still have those. They're just charger wires now.
Yeah, right? They were replaced wires on your...
Back before the days of Bluetooth.
You still have wires. They're just optional for a while. Fishing. But yeah, more or less, the purpose that this is gonna serve is... I mean, it's just a fun way to put something out weekly, and I mean, I like this game. It's a good way to discuss. But if you ever want to know the day-to-day ops and whatnot, this will be where we come to discuss it. We're going to talk about the channel and sometimes just talk about things. I want to talk about Spider-Man. One of these episodes, we're just going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home the whole time, because that came out. That was a nice little cherry on top of 2021.
It was good. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert.
What are you doing?
Just kidding.
There's no
Spoiler
spoilers.
Spoiler alert, it was awesome.
Yeah, no.
I scared everyone when I said that. They immediately stopped watching the video.
Yep,
Right.
they press pause.
Oh, I just ruined our
Why is our
now.
retention time dropping off after 11 minutes and 30 seconds? Then we'll just get flooded with comments of, stay away from this video, it spoils No Way Home.
Has it been out a month yet? Because...
It'll get flat.
No Way Home?
Yes.
Going on a month.
Cool. Then I think at this point, people need to relax a little bit.
They already have.
I know the Philippines just got it.
The internet collectively doesn't care. I mean, to be fair, they didn't day one.
No.
I had
They've been spoiling it before it came out.
We saw it the first show we could. We saw it safely in a theater, as safely as we could.
Legally.
Yeah, legally. The first showing
with permission.
Oh no, that's not true, because it did actually. It played a little bit earlier in the afternoon. We saw it at 7 o'clock on Thursday, like day one of it coming out.
Yeah.
I already knew the biggest spoiler going into it, like, because the UK got it like 24 hours before we did, and I opened YouTube and just there we go, just a crude photo from the theater, but it was all I needed to see to know what I found out. I mean, it was still great, and I didn't know how, and honestly, I had to go back and see that movie a second time because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was a good movie or if it was just a big, crazy event. And I think it was a good movie.
I'm going to go again.
Listen, I got all the Spidey Marvel nerds in a tizzy to see a bunch of things that they saw. Theater was in, the whole place was erupting at certain points.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people crying at certain points.
Yeah, I was one of them. I sniffled a lot through that movie. I think I was just, To be fair, I'm a little biased with it because if Spider-Man weren't my absolute favorite superhero, would it have hit me as hard as it did? I'm not sure. Well, Spider-Man has been my number one for a long time.
Everyone going to see it has been following it for a long time. You know, so you have all that built up, and like, for someone who's not a fan of the Marvel franchise to go into it without that bias, would the movie stand alone?
That's a tough,
and that's a hard thing. You know, I don't
know
too many people.
It's still a fun movie, but yeah, if somebody just woke up out of a coma, like, what is the Marvel Cinematic Universe? You're like, here, watch this movie. What would they have thought?
But who's going to pay movie theater prices to go see Spider-Man if they're not into Marvel? So it's kind of a catch-22.
That reminds me fondly of 2007? Yeah, the first Spider-Man 3, actually. Weirdly enough, because this was Spider-Man 3 again. And the second Spider-Man 3, even though it was the third set of Spider-Man. But I saw this, like, 70-year-old guy get up at the end of Spider-Man 3. And it was a relatively empty theater. It was like my fourth time seeing the movie. But he got up and he looked at me on his way out and he goes, they changed some stuff from the comics, but it was pretty good. And he walked out and I was like, I love that man more than I've ever loved anything on this planet.
I love how you said at some point we're going to talk about Spider-Man, and now that's what exactly we're doing right here and now.
Oh, it's a spoiler-free discussion at least.
Yeah, totally.
But next time... Spider-Man. By the way, that doesn't mean we're done. I wasn't. Sorry. Next time might still be our sign-out catchphrase, but I didn't mean to imply.
And this has been DBU Plays Kakarot.
No, we have a lot of minutes left.
Oh, false alarm, my bad.
So many.
Got you good.
I told you guys we're going long form.
Long bar, so.
I'm excited though. Like, yeah, but the plan is all the way through, including the DLC, just so that we have a weekly discussion thing, and it just happens to have some pretty footage in the background so that I don't have to edit a podcast. That's the real reason.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, I think they added it last time we played this too, but Auto Text Advance, thank you, Bandai Namco.
Yes,
thank you so much. It makes this game so much better.
That company's name is not allowed to be spoken in this house.
Bamco.
Yep.
Why? Because of that one game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know exactly which one. We won't talk about it because I've had my fill.
And I still want to get free games sometime.
Yeah.
Deep down. Hey, Bandai Namco, I know you're not watching this, but if anybody's watching it to try to flag it for copyright, can we have a copy of Breakers, please?
Ooh, yeah. Can we have that?
Bandai Namco, if you're watching, and we know that you are, send us that copy.
If you send us a copy...
I'm going to keep tweeting you.
I will
You didn't give me a free copy of Kakarot on Switch. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I said in the email... If you don't, I'm just gonna buy it anyway. But please do it, so they knew. They're like, we can squeeze $50 out of it.
You tried to use whiteout, but you put it on the computer and it didn't work.
My negotiation tactics were really bad. I'm like, look, you kill the hostages, we're not going to arrest you, but please don't. Hey, Gohan, you didn't despawn. I did this once. There's nothing. I think like an apple.
Okay, here we go.
Nimbus!
Here goes! Flying Nimbus!
So what else are we working on? What else? We got shorts have been coming out.
They're comfy and they're easy to wear.
I think I'm gonna make a short that is just the youngster Joey kid going, I like shorts, they're comfy and they're easy to make. And then that's it, because they are. That's why I like doing them. But we started basically doing TikToks, but on YouTube. Which is nice, because when we inevitably make a TikTok, we'll just take all the videos we made for YouTube and put them on TikTok.
Just gonna make TikTok tube.
TikTube.
Hey.
Wee.
That's not owned by China.
Is it not? I don't know.
No, TikTok tube won't be.
Oh, gotcha. I don't care who owns what. I just want to play Kakarot with my friends. It's all I ever wanted to do. But then we had to go make that darn what if, and you guys had to go like it.
What is that you speak of?
Deers! On that
better
note,
bets?
since I said we talk about some production stuff, 2 is underway. I have started the script. More importantly, the outline is like fully done. Like I know we all know everything that's going to happen for 2. I mean, we've got it loosely planned for a while.
I don't remember. Can you tell me?
No, I will not. I'll tell you in Kakarot episode 78 after we release. We finally release What If episode 2 in the middle of 2023. No, it'll few months, give or take. But we have a plan for where we're going. And as far as jumping around, I know a lot of people do what ifs and tend to, which I think is honestly a smart way of doing it, I'll preface, but a lot of people doing what ifs will do, part 1 of their story, but then they'll do part 1 of another story and part 1 of another story, and then when they're ready to, they'll go on to part 2. We did that with gaming, and I don't want to do that. So the main focus for at least for this year in terms of it, we're going to keep going with the what if that we've already started, at least until the end of the arc we're on now, which I think is pretty obviously the Cell arc. We started off with late androids and early Cell. If anybody, I realized as well as you, Archie, like, I hope people don't think that little Cell tease in the outro means we're going to do a video in 10 days. Yeah, no, not at all. But that was just meant to tease, like, hey, we're going to do the Cell games in this timeline. So that's currently the plan, is wrap up at least through the Cell games in the timeline we've already started, and then we'll move on to whatever's next. But I'd rather stick with what we've got. I like where we're at with it.
Tell all your friends.
Also, we'll be recasting Trunks. We had a Trunks cast, and we ended up having schedule conflicts, but we've since spoken about it, and the Trunks that I initially cast for this will be, well, I was going to say reprising the role, but starting the role with episode 2, very, very briefly, and then for the rest of, I don't know, whatever the first season entails. Where is it? Oh, Boiled Fish, there we go.
And maybe even Android 17.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, just I didn't want to put you on blast, but yeah, Android 17 will likely be recast as well. I mean, he had one line in the first episode, but still.
Could lead to bigger and better things.
So, yeah, the plan for now for What If is to wrap up the first arc in a few episodes, and then I'll do like a complete volume video, which will be however many videos that ends up being to wrap up the Cell games. And with that, we might make a few... there won't be any changes to the story itself, but again, initial rule. Like, if I'm putting somebody else in as Trunks for part 2 and beyond, I'm also going to have him replace me for part 1 when I do the whole thing. So it'll be worth a rewatch, because even episode 1 will have some new vocal talent. Don't worry, Masako and Megami will still be there. And for real, guys, I know you're not watching this, but thank you again. That was a fan. I'm glad that happened, and a lot, based on the comments, a lot of people seem to be. It's made them very nostalgic for Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which wasn't my intention, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm not too.
We got to have them work on our first What If. So
yeah, that
pretty cool.
Was one of the more surreal experience for sure. Like editing that together and having, wave files on my computer emailed from them that I had to pick through and put it. It was definitely strange and eye-opening, and I'm just very thankful for this last year. So anybody watching this, clearly, if you clicked on the third incarnation of DBU Plays Kakarot, you are ride or die with this channel. So thank you, because if you're watching this, you're definitely somebody that's probably been with us for a while, and just know that it's very appreciated. And I hope that this gets to be our strongest year yet. We've got a lot planned without it feeling like biting off more than we can chew, and it excites me. Hey, thanks, Chi-Chi. I don't have any medals to give you. And
only you have the inside track now. And only you can prevent forest fires.
This is true. Please prevent forest fires.
Keep that in mind.
Didn't we have one of those last year? Probably. I don't know. I feel like we have one of those as often as... No, I'm not even going to go there. This is family friendly. We got to remember our demographic is younger now. Also older. I know one of you is 40. I read the analytics.
Really? Do I look that bad?
No, not one of you. One of you watching.
Oh, what's up?
I got it from my grandpa after he
What's
died.
up?
But that's not all you got from him.
Name's
You're
Giant.
also named
Oh, Gina.
Really? Oh my, go
I want to
on,
watch
what's
that.
the
It's been a
name?
long time since I've seen the 40-year-old version.
It'll be like he's watching over you whenever you wear that hat. So take real good
Same
care.
here.
Hope you got a big trunk. So I'm putting my bike in it.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
All right, we're
That
leaving
came
for
out of
real this
nowhere.
time.
Goku, don't let anything happen to our little
I think we're well
Gohan.
past the point where we can actually swear.
And Gohan, be on your best behavior.
So we can or we can't? I don't know what you're saying with that.
We can without it affecting things and stuff.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
tubes.
As far as it affecting ad revenue. This will still probably be one of the only things. Don't expect me to start dropping F-bombs and why it can't happen or anything like that. Oh yeah, I'm working on that too, yeah.
Collecting the Dragon Balls?
No, still why it can't happen, Session 2.
Wish-granting orbs are known as the Dragon Balls. And it's around these Dragon
Kind of felt
Balls
like
that
it had to
this
happen.
extraordinary story unfolds.
Once the compilation of Season 1
Goku and his friends at every turn.
became viewed well over 1 million times, it was... It's a strange feel. It's like, I gotta do more, but also I'm screaming internally forever.
Master Roshi
'Cause there's a lot of cringy, dumb stuff there. And also, I know none of you watching have left this comment, because again, you're ride or die and you're cool. But for anybody that noticed that I talked about Piccolo's stretchy arms being a DBZ or a movie exclusive technique when he actually used it in Dragon Ball, I know. And if you watch the video for 2 more minutes, I will address that. I swear, like, once every other day, there is a Piccolo stretchy arm comment that comes in. And the thing is, people don't seem to get, they're like, oh, I'm clever, and I am gonna tell you that you made a mistake. But all you're really telling me is, I paused your video to make this comment, because you couldn't have possibly typed that comment in the time it would have taken you to just keep going and find out that I very quickly reflect on that. So, I know. And don't you worry. Tree of Might Redux is coming. And I think that might be all Tree of Might Redux is about, is just... It's going to be like a 10-minute discussion on the Namekian stretchy arm technique and the lessons I have learned.
The clothes beam?
But deep down, thank you. No, the clothes beam was... that was a movie exclusive. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't come after me. Hey, can we talk about how awesomely accurate these costumes are, by the way? Like, no video game has ever done what this game did. Bulma wears this outfit for a day. And then another day in Dead Zone, which is why I was able to make that video twice. Hi, Krillin.
Have you been training lately?
Not at all.
Well, not as much as I want.
Look at me.
Chi-Chi gets pretty angry.
I pretty much just watched dinosaurs.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
I feel like that's what Goku would have
Yeah, I
watched.
haven't trained myself
I don't know
either.
why. Like, maybe that's where it was
Dinosaurs
made.
puppet show?
Yeah. I mean, there's dinosaurs in this world. It came out around the same time Goku's dad and it. I feel like that's... If I were Goku and I just started being a dad for 5 years and not training, I feel like I would have exclusively watched dinosaurs.
Backing off on your training.
That show was awesome. I had action figures when I was a kid. Well, there wasn't a lot of action to be had. I had Earl. He had a lunchbox and a hard hat.
He had 1 point of articulation.
I've been watching a lot of Aqua Teen lately. I watched the... I've watched so much that I already forgot the name of the character in the episode that I'm trying to talk about. There was an action figure in it, and he was just like, he was a run-of-the-mill just guy in like a wife beater with underwear, and he had, for some reason, he had a knife for a hand, but he was a super mundane action figure, and they were like, you have any weapons? He's like, no, but I have these action bills, and he just like chucks a couple of envelopes down on the ground. And now that I am an old man, I relate hard.
Yes, sir, Master Roshi.
Yes, sir, Master Roshi.
Is it just me, or did Goku's arms look weirdly short?
Kind of in this particular... Great, yeah. Yeah, because Krillin's go to, like, his knees, and Goku's do not. They have, like, the same arms.
Yeah.
I think they just copy and pasted the arms, and they're like, nah, have Goku make a fist. Nobody will notice.
False. I noticed.
Oh, cool, I got another community tab, but I still don't have Soul Emblem, so why do you keep opening it?
You have no soul?
I have no soul.
That's a bummer, man.
You know what? It's time for our first sub-story, but I also think that this is a good time to wrap up our first one.
You know, I concur with that sentiment.
Mainly because I can pause and hit save, and that's just a good time to end anything. But, hey, for any of you that are here, for any of you that clicked, we'll be doing this every Friday. We're going to be starting new stuff on our gaming channel next week. We'll talk about it a little bit more in our next episode, because that'll just make a little more sense from the timing standpoint. But check out DBU Games if you haven't. I'll put a link to that channel in the description. We got more stuff coming there, and look forward to Kakarot every Friday, and we got more stuff coming for you soon. But thanks for a killer year, and now we're gonna earn them subs.
See ya.
We love you.
Bye.